Hey Crazy Cruisers, we're 14 days out from our Carnival Splendor cruise.
Stick around and we're going to give you 25 do's on a cruise ship and 15 don'ts. Hey everybody, so as we said, we're going to give you 25 do's and 15 don'ts on a cruise ship. So we're going to get started right away. So we're going to start with the do's, and then we're going to move to the don'ts.
So for this video, I have to put my glasses on because I can't see the writing. Right?
Getting old sucks.
Okay, now my glasses are on and we're raring to go.
That's right. So mind you that these are simply our opinions.
Yes,
right?
Completely.
Completely. Take them with a grain of salt. Use what you want. Throw away what you don't. So.
But this is from our experiences and what we find very helpful.
Absolutely. So without further ado, the number one do, and this pertains to Embarkation Day. We've got several Embarkation Day do's on our list. So on Embarkation Day, pack some spare clothes. Because your bags sometimes do not get delivered to your room till sometimes late in the evening. Especially if you're planning on using the swimming pool, pack your swimsuit in a separate bag that you're carrying on.
Good one. Well, number two, unpack once your bags get there. This is going to be your home for the next 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, however long your cruise is, maybe even longer. Get comfortable, get your things put away, and then that way that's done and you have nothing but the cruise left to enjoy.
Absolutely. Number three on our list of do's is meet your cabin steward. Yeah. He is going to be your best friend for the duration of the cruise, right? If you take care of him, he will definitely take care of you. Remember, these folks work for tips.
Yes, and he's there to help you. So, number four, make sure your dining time is correct. If not, go see the maitre d'. He can usually accommodate a time change. And usually where can you find your dining time? Brad's going to insert a picture. That's
right. It's right on your sail-in sign card that you get to get into your room. Your dining time will be on there. Number five, and we do this on every cruise we go on, try at least one of the specialty restaurants. We've had great experiences at the specialty restaurants. The food has been good at every single one that we've tried. So try it, whether it's Italian, a steakhouse, whatever it is, give it a try.
Yeah, we went to an Italian restaurant, just to share a little side note, and you ate one of the best steaks that you've ever eaten in your life. So you never know what you're going to find at the specialty restaurants, and more times than not, I would say 100% of the time, we find that the food at the specialty restaurants is premium.
Yep,
really good.
It's very good.
So number six, go to the sail away party and have good vibes. Yes, you're starting your cruise off, muster drill's done. Go to that sail away party and start your partying on.
That's right. So, especially if it's your first cruise. So the sail away party is always exciting to have it on the deck by the swimming pool, and it's a lot of fun.
And if it's not your first cruise and you have a balcony cabin, you know, we did do a sail away from our balcony, but I like being out where all the action is and everybody's at. So enjoy it. It's fun.
Exactly. Next is number 7. Get familiar with the ship, right? Just tour the ship on the embarkation day. Take a quick spin through the ship. You're going to get a map when you get on the ship. Generally, they're going to give you when you walk onto the ship and board. And if they don't, you can always get one at guest services. Get familiar with where the bars are, the restaurants are, you know, the clubs are.
The things that you like to do.
Right, the things that you like to do. Get familiar with that.
Because you're going to have some time from more than likely the time you get on the ship until the muster drill, just to kind of check out the ship, go to your cabin, find your ways around. So that's a great time to check all that out.
Absolutely.
Okay, now we're at number 8. Make any last minute calls before you leave port, as your phone will not work once out at sea. So if you have kids that you need to check in, grandkids, loved ones, whomever, call them before we pull out of port, or before you pull out of port, or just as we're out of port, you can call them, but that's not very long. Once you hit the water, it's not very long.
Yeah, you've probably got about 3 miles, and then your phone won't work anymore. So,
well, go right ahead with number 9.
Number 9, be willing to wait in line, right? You're on a cruise ship, there's going to be some lines, especially for like shows, and like I think the last cruise we were on, the comedy club, they lined up early for the comedy club. Sometimes when you're getting off the ship to get to a port, there's a line to get off the ship. There's always a line at embarkation. So just be patient, embrace the moment.
Yes, well, lines are to be expected on embarkation day and your last day when you're going through customs.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be in a line then.
There are lines, so just know ahead of time, and just remember there are lines, and there are going to be some lines maybe at those specialty guys or Blue Iguana, but they go generally pretty quickly. It's when you get back on the ship, embarkation day, or when you're getting off the ship at customs, that you're going to find the majority of the lines. Yeah. So where are we at now, Mr. Radford?
Number 10.
Oh, number 10. Take lots of photos and videos. We don't have an issue with that because we have our YouTube channel, so we always are. But this time around, I asked Bradford to please pull out our other camera because I would like to take some pictures myself. So we're going to even take more photos. Yep. These are going to be still photos, but don't forget to make those memories and take lots of photos and pictures. Yeah,
lots and lots and lots. So number 11 is consider a drink package. Now, the drink package is not for everybody, but if you do drink alcohol, you might want to consider having a drink package. If you just drink soda, you might consider doing just the soda package. Some of the cruise lines that you buy like mini packages, like 10 drinks at a discount or 6 drinks at a discount. Most of the cruise lines, as far as I know, with the exception of Norwegian, include their specialty coffees in their drink package as well. So if you're a coffee drinker like we are, we like to have the occasional alcoholic drink as well, but we really get our money's worth at the coffee bar.
Yeah, and you know, I know those drink packages, depending on how many days you're cruising, can be pretty pricey when you look at it. And both people in the cabin have to buy the drink package. So I understand the need to say, hey, you know, I'm not a big alcoholic drinker, so I don't really need it. If I want to drink, I'll just buy one here and there. Totally understandable. But the bubbles package or the soda packages, they generally include the coffee. So I think that's a great deal. And some of the cruise ships, like Brad said, will have like punch cards that you can have, you know, you buy 6 coffees so you can get the 7th free. So check those drink packages out. For us, we like the convenience of not even having to worry about it.
Yeah, so that way we don't ever get sticker shock at the end of the cruise by looking at how much
we get sticker shock in the beginning.
How much we drank.
So, and it's all good fun, and we don't even have to think about it, and we can just order whatever we want whenever we want. And the only thing that we generally end up paying for, if ever, is a bottle. If we order a bottle, and then you get a discount. So anyway, enough with number 11. We're almost halfway through. Number 12, really important. Pre-book any excursion, shows, specialty dining before you cruise, because they will fill up quickly. You can book it on the ship. However, the last thing I want to do is stand in another line, just like we referred to. We like to get all of that out of the way before we get on the ship. The only thing that I tend to wait until I'm on the ship for is a spa day. If I want a massage or something like that, I will wait till I get that little discount card on a sea day or something, and I'll go do a massage. But get all of that out of your way. you get on the ship, you get in your room eventually. I don't think it's right. Sometimes it's right in your room when you check in, sometimes later, but they bring you your passes for your excursions. You can call the specialty dining to confirm, but they always have your reservation on there. So enough of number 12, number 13.
Yes, on to number 13. Now, it is a misnomer that ships are cashless, right? You do not need cash to buy anything on the ship, but always bring cash, because in port or even on the ship, you may find that you want to tip somebody, and everybody appreciates cash. If you take a cab ride in one of the ports, you know, everybody appreciates a cash tip. So just bring a, you know, whatever cash you think you might need, bring it along, because you will probably need some cash.
Yes, and when you get to the cruise port and you get out with all your luggage, you're handing that off to, what do they call them?
The porters.
The porters.
The
and,
luggage porters.
You know, those luggage porters are working their tails off, so...
Generally in the heat.
Yes, so, you know, tipping them, and then, you know, you're going to want to have cash, even though you can prepay your gratuities. If you feel that your cabin steward did a stellar job, you may potentially want to tip him additional funds as well.
Right, yeah, we don't ever use the prepaid gratuities. We always just hand out cash to our cabin steward, our waiter, waitresses, you know, because quite honestly, you know what, some people are better than others. Yeah. Most of the time they're great, but you might have somebody that really goes above and beyond for you that you might really want to take care of.
Exactly. All right, so number 14. Oh, let's digress real quick. Cash for the casino.
Oh yes, that's the other thing you might want cash for, is the casino, because if you're for her, because you can put cash on your sail and sign card, but again, that's really hard to keep track of. 100 here, 100 there, and the next thing you know, you get your bill at the end of the you know, the end of the cruise, and you're like, oh my gosh, I spent that much money gambling. So
you mean by using the sail and sign card as your cash, not actual cash.
Correct.
So as you say, if you bring cash, you're more apt to be able to manage and keep track of what it is.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, and just an FYI, a little information, the last time on our last cruise, I got the ticket, and I thought you just took the ticket up to the cashier and they put it on your sail and sign card. They do not. They give you cash. So I did not know that. So they gave me cash back. So FYI.
I wouldn't know that.
No.
I'm not a big gambler.
But I did.
Yeah.
Okay, number 14. Woo-hoo! Let's get through this. This is going to be a long video. Read the prohibitive items list. What you can and cannot bring on board. Get to know what that is. It's not an exorbitant amount of items, but you do need to be well aware of it. I know people try to bring irons in. I mean,
steamers.
We ourselves, we inadvertently put a surge protected extension, like power strip, and we got called down to the belly of the ship, and we had to open our bags, and they're like, what's that? And it's kind of, it's a little intrusive, and it's embarrassing somewhat, and you're going like way to the bottom of the ship.
To the bottom.
If you just read the do not brings, this is a do, which is a do not bring onto the cruise, then you'll be way ahead of the game, and you'll get your luggage right away. Number 15. Number
15, bring seasickness medicine. Even if you do not get seasick, bring seasickness medicine. 2 reasons. First of all, you never know if you're going to run into some nasty weather. I've had it happen where ran into like a nasty storm at sea and the ship was really moving. And second of all, if you take an excursion where you're taking potentially a smaller boat.
Yes.
You know what? Sometimes people get seasick on those smaller boats. So just bring it just in case, whether it's a Sea-Band or Dramamine or patch.
I like the
whatever.
patches behind the ears. For me personally, I know a lot of people like the Sea-Bands because there's no medication or anything in them. Bring them with you, because it was so funny. We went on it was my first cruise, and we went on the catamaran in Antigua. And a couple of people from the ship were these big burly guys too, and they were on the catamaran. They were so sick.
They turned green.
They were so sick on this catamaran. I felt so bad for them. But bring it, because you never know. You know, the smaller vessels, you'll feel the movement much more, I should say.
Absolutely.
All right, number 16.
We just talked about this.
What? Oh, bring a non-surge protected power strip or USB hub. So we'll be able to go through that. We've talked about that before in our essentials. Everybody knows, don't bring a surge protected one, a non-surge protected, and bring a USB hub. The newer ships are getting more in line to the technology for today. However, if you're going on an older ship, you'll still have to kind of bring those items to help you through.
Exactly. They've got like USB power strip combos.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things that they have.
It just has to be non-surge protected. They will not let you have a surge protector. It's a fire hazard.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 17.
Number 17. Bring a nightlight.
Yes.
Even if you're not scared of the dark. Bring a nightlight.
The cabins are small, right, honey?
Yeah, the cabins are small, and at night they are dark. Whether you're in an inside cabin or, you know, a balcony cabin, at night is still very dark.
Yeah.
And if nature calls in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and you don't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, honey. And you have to use the facilities.
Yeah, if you have to use the facilities, just a small little nightlight. That way you can not trip or fall, and remember, when you walk into the restroom, there's a ledge.
Yeah, exactly. Well, plus the fact you can't like turn the bathroom light on and leave the door open because the ship's moving, so you're going to hear that door hitting.
The door swings back and forth.
Yeah, so, and that's the same thing with the TV. We used to put the TV on and, you know, that would be our light, and then that would swing back and forth. So bring a little nightlight. It'll make things easier. Yeah. Number 18, make sure you bring your ID room card with you when you leave the ship. Very important, because we were in Dominica.
Yes.
And we got off the ship. And typically what we have found through Carnival is all we had to really just show our sail and sign card and we got on the ship. Oh no.
Not in Dominica.
Dominica, before you could even walk, and like literally the ship's what, 60 yards from you, you had to have your passport, not just your sail and sign card. So I was a little taken back by that, but yes, you have to have your ID with you when you are going ashore to get back onto the ship. Some places it's no big deal. They look at your sail and sign card, you're good to go. Others, however, are not. So make sure that you have your, if you're going to a different country, for sure, bring your passport. Yeah. I don't think Mexico's as stringent, but I could be wrong.
Just make sure you bring your ID and your
ID is not necessarily just your California driver's license or others.
I would definitely bring bring your passport off the ship with you.
Yes.
So
number 19.
That's right. Number 19, kind of keeping with the same theme. This is a really important do that a lot of people don't think about. Because
you don't think you'll ever need it or use it. Right. So go ahead, why don't you tell them, honey?
Make copies of your identification, any credit cards you're bringing, and your medical, your insurance card, right? Because if you were to lose those things in a port of call, there's really no way to prove that you are who you are. Whereas if you have a copy and then they are kept in the safe in your room, they can go and get those, they can get that stuff out of the safe, and that way you can get back onto the ship.
God forbid anything should happen, but there are, there's information, the people on the ship will help you get that information if that ever happens. So yeah, please make sure to just take copies. Just take copies, stick it in the safe. If you don't need it, great. If you do, then you're going to be happy you brought it. So, what number are we on now,
20.
Honey? Number 20. I got the easy one.
Oh, this is easy.
Try room service just once. It's nice. It's nice when you're tired and you don't want to go out by the pool. You just order a sandwich or something inside, just real quick. You want to get up in the morning and you don't want to eat a full breakfast, but you're hungry in the morning. We generally, this is what we do, is we just get coffee and or Danishes and fresh fruit, and then it gives us time to kind of relax when we get ready, and then we get to go have breakfast, a regular breakfast.
Right.
And then we're out by the pool all day.
That's exactly it.
So try that room service, but don't forget, double check your menus and the information on your room service because there are charges depending on the time of day and things like that.
That's the one thing that's changed in the cruise industry is there's a lot of changes to room service and charges and when they charge and when they don't charge and what they charge for. And, but I will tell you, the thing that's come along with that is, at least in the experience with Royal Caribbean Carnival, they've really stepped up their game as far as what they offer for room service. It used to be kind of like sandwiches and things like that.
Well, I think Carnival's still sandwiches.
Yeah, but they have chicken wings and so anyway,
check it out.
Try room service. It's convenient.
21.
Ooh, 21. When I do gamble,
lucky number 21.
That's my favorite game. So if you do go have a spa treatment, whether it's a massage, a facial, whatever it is, understand they're going to try to upsell you product. Okay? Just understand that when you go. Don't get upset. It's their job. They're asked to do that, and you can just politely decline, and there's no hard sell from them at all.
Yep, so happens to me all the time.
Yep,
but try it. It's a do understand that that's part of their job. So they're not trying to be pushy or anything. It's just what they need to do.
That's exactly it.
Exactly. Number 22, my lucky number 22. Meet people, make friends. Most cruises have a Facebook page. Try to look up your cruise and the date and see if they have one. Brad and I have met fantastic people on cruise ships
that we're still in contact with.
That we are still in contact with today. So enjoy yourself. Talk to the person you're sitting next to. That's how we met our fun couple from Louisiana. I turned and started talking to her and then invited them to dinner with us. So it's really great. It's a vacation. Lots of people around. People are generally just wonderful. So get to know them. Exactly. Make friends.
Number 23.
Yes.
Almost to the end. Go to the outdoor movie, or as Carnival calls it, they call it the dive-in movie. But most cruise ships now do these outdoor movies out on the pool deck where they have a big video screen and they show movies. It is so much fun. It's relaxing. They serve popcorn. You can have beer, soda, whatever you want, and just relax under the stars while you're cruising. And they always show like first run movies. They're not like, you know, old movies. They're first run movies.
Believe it or not, my first dive-in movie was on Carnival Breeze this last cruise, and I can't believe I missed out on my other cruises of going to the dive-in movie. I really enjoyed it. Word of advice from me to anybody who tends to get cold, I would bring a sweater and or like a towel or something to keep your legs warm while you're out there. It can get cold. Brad thinks I'm insane because we're in the Caribbean, but if you ladies know what I'm talking about, some of us get cold very easily.
Definitely.
All right, last two. I'm going to do number 24. You ready? Wow. Bring her sweater or sweatshirt. It can be cold inside the ship as well. That just goes along with the dive-in movie. It's always a good idea to bring a sweater or sweatshirt when you're going on a cruise, because our last experience on the Breeze is in our cabin, which we had no control over the temperature. It was very cold. Yeah,
they climate control on the newer ships. They're all climate controlled where it had like an adjustment thing in it, but they don't work. So they kind of just constantly pump cold air into the cabins. So maybe on the Splendor, I think they'll be adjustable, but definitely bring a sweatshirt.
And what's our last do?
The last do is number 25. If you're going to drink bottled water on the ship, absolutely pre-order it so it's waiting in your stateroom. Okay? Because if you want to buy individual bottles of water on the ship, it's ridiculously expensive. Ridiculously expensive to buy a bottle of water. What we do is we just order like a case of water.
Yep.
And it's pretty cheap. I think
it's like $4.95 or something like that.
It's like like $5 for a case of water. Whereas if you buy those bottles individually, they're like $2 a piece.
Yep.
On the ship. So if you're gonna drink water, just pre-order your water before you go on, so it's waiting in your stateroom when you get there.
Yeah, I like the pre-order ability for your stateroom. As far as, you know, we're able to pre-order like crackers and cheese, which I can't wait to have crackers and cheese. Brad and I have been on a lifestyle change, and we're both doing really well, but we've sacrificed a lot of yummy things.
Cheese and crackers being one of the things that we haven't had.
So we are going to, we pre-ordered that just in case. But that is our 25 do's. So remember, these are all do's. So we're going to go into our 15 don'ts, right?
Correct. We're going to the 15 don'ts.
We only have 15 don'ts. So here we go. Don't miss the muster drill. You will have to go through it, and it will be longer if you miss the muster drill. So that is one thing that you must do, and you cannot miss, is the muster drill. Really important.
They'll
hunt you down.
They'll hunt you down, and then, because what they do is they scan your card.
Yep.
So they know if you're present, and whoever's not present, they hunt you down, and you have to go through your own separate muster drill, which from what I understand is like over an hour long. So they punish you for not being
So don't miss the muster drill.
It's only about 20 minutes of your day.
Big deal, and then you're on to having fun.
That's right. Number 2 on the don't list. Don't forget the kids club if you're bringing kids. And I can tell you this from personal experience. If you have kids, take them to the kids club. They'll never want to leave. What it allows you to do is have some free time away from them on the ship, some adult time with your significant other. They take very good care of them. They've got activities set up for them all day long. And then even at night, if you want to go out, the cruise ships offer kind of a quote babysitting service. You will have to pay for that if you want to utilize babysitting service in the evenings, but
it's available.
It's available. Yeah, my kids never wanted to leave.
Okay. Number 3, don't use the elevators on embarkation day. They are extremely busy, and you will have to wait. Our biggest suggestion, and it's a great suggestion, is just take the stairs. It's really on embarkation day that you will find the clog, or whether they call that the bottlenecking, is at the elevators. So if you can't, that's just a big one. Don't take the elevators. Use the stairs.
For sure. The next thing is, again, embarkation day tip. Don't run to the buffet on embarkation day. It's the busiest place on the ship. Everybody goes to the buffet to eat on embarkation day. Any other day, it will not nearly be as crowded. There's lots of other options on embarkation day. They'll have burgers, and they'll have pizza, and they'll have all kinds of different, sometimes the dining room is open, where they're serving like a light lunch. Yeah, so don't run to the buffet. You're gonna be waiting in line. Everybody goes. All
right, and one dear to my heart, number 5.
How appropriate.
Don't overpack. I think anything I bring, you think I overpack now, but
that's not true.
I really, really did cut back a lot this cruise. Well, it's only 7 days too, but I did cut back, and I've got a plan for multiple items, multiple times. So just remember, don't overpack. It just takes up more space in your room, even though this time we won't have to worry about space, but it's freeing if you don't have so much.
Yeah, what you usually find is that you don't wear a bunch of stuff that you thought you were going to wear, like 11 pairs of sandals. Anyway, moving on. Don't stay in the sun too long. This is kind of common sense stuff, but people do it all the time. Ask our children.
Yes. Yes. So just be careful of how much sun exposure you have.
Yeah.
You can be out there way too long, and then all of a sudden it hits you, and then it makes the rest of your cruise not so fun.
Yeah, sunburn. If you get sunburn in the first few days of your cruise, it's miserable the rest of the way.
And speaking of sunburn,
what a segue.
Number 7, don't forget to use your sunscreen. The sun is very strong on the seas. It's got that reflection. And we actually, when we went on our cruise with the girls, we explained to them this and said, hey, you know, you need to be very careful and put your sunscreen on. And of course they thought that they just were going to go like out by a pool.
They put oil on.
And those two got sunburned pretty darn good, and they learned their lesson. So remember, use your sunscreen. If you're going to swim a lot, reapply. Don't forget to use it because it will make for a much better cruise if you're not sore from sunburn.
Absolutely, especially in salt water. Salt water, as much as your sunscreen might say it stays on for 60 minutes, salt water is very abrasive. So don't think it's going to stay on for 60 minutes.
Oh my gosh, we're almost halfway through, honey.
Almost. So, number 8. This is a great tip because if you don't do this, it can cost you money. Don't forget to put your phone in airplane mode or just turn it off, right? Because if you don't put your phone into airplane mode and you leave it on, your phone goes to this service called Cellular at Sea. And it just roams and roams and roams, and you'll get your phone bill and you'll have 7 days of roaming charges on your phone.
Yep.
Do like what we do. We generally just turn our phone off.
And put them in the safe.
And put them in the safe, and then when we get into a port, we'll turn it back on if we want to like text or call somebody.
Yep, exactly. There we go. Number 9. Don't forget to set your watch to ship time. It's the only time that matters. If there's a change in the ship time, they will let you know. Really important because you have a lot. You have time changes. You have countries in different time zones. You have the ships still on a certain time zone. So the only one that really matters is the ship time because you have to be back what do they call it? Onboarding time. Otherwise, the boat will sail without you.
Yeah, they're leaving on ship time. They're not leaving on local time.
So.
All right. Number 10. Don't drink too much while you're in port. And, you know, you can watch a ton of videos on YouTube of people staggering back to cruise ships. But the fact is, if you just get hammered while you're in port, you tend to lose track of time.
Yep.
You might miss the ship because the ship's not going to wait for you if you're drunk. And the fact is, you don't want to become the dreaded pier runner and end up in a whole other YouTube video. So don't drink too much. Don't drink too much.
Well, that goes into number 11. Don't drink too much on the ship, especially the first day.
Yes, I've got some experience with that myself.
Lots of bad things can happen. Just, you know, don't drink. We're not saying you can't have a good time. Just, you know, don't go past that good time.
Don't go overboard.
Yeah, exactly. So be mindful. You've got a whole 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe even longer days. You don't want to be like the very next day you wake up and you're hungover.
You're just hungover, and you just don't want to do anything stupid because
what do we call it? Pace yourself.
Yes, pace yourself. If you do something stupid on the ship, they do have a jail.
Yes, they do.
And they will put you in it.
All right.
All right. Next, don't try to do everything in your 7-day, 3-day, 5-day, whatever it is cruise, right? You're on vacation. Relax, right? Do some things, but you don't want to get back from your vacation and feel like you need a vacation.
Exactly.
Right? And a lot of people do that. And I would say I'm guilty of it at one point in my life, of just trying to just cram as much stuff as possible into that 7 days. And then at the end of the 7 days, it's like you haven't relaxed at all because you've just been running around like a chicken with your head cut off for 7 days. So just relax. You know what? There's plenty of time to book other cruises and experience things. So
yes,
take some time to relax.
Bradford skipped over number 12. That was number 13. So I'll go to number 12. Number 12 is don't overeat. Oh my goodness. There is so much food on these cruises. So much. You can eat all the time throughout the day. No matter what. 24/7.
It is endless.
It is endless. And it's not that we're saying don't enjoy what's there. Just, you know, what is it? It's called breakfast, second breakfast, third breakfast. You know, lunch, second lunch, third lunch. No, just be mindful because, you know, you don't want to get sick and you want to have a good time. And once the cruise is done, you get home and get on that scale, then you got, 10 pounds to lose, and that's a hard 10 pounds to lose. So we're not saying don't enjoy yourself, just, be wise.
That's
be
the
smart.
average, by the way, that most people gain on a cruise.
Is 10 pounds.
Is 10 pounds, because you can just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat.
And eat. It's crazy.
So, and then what happens if you go eat dinner and eat this huge dinner and you have all these grandiose plans, you're going to go do this after dinner and you're so full, you're like, what do you want to do? I just go to bed.
Exactly.
So, just eat till you're full, not till you're stuffed.
Exactly. So, Bradford, you're on number...
we're going to number 14.
Yes, number 14.
Number 14. Don't stress.
Yeah.
There's nothing worth stressing over while you're on vacation, right? So just, you're going to have, sometimes there's going to be situations, like I said, there's going to be lines sometimes. Just relax. You're on vacation.
Just go with the flow.
Your worst day on a cruise ship is better than your best day at work.
Amen to that, brother. For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's craziness, and it can be stressful in itself, but if you can just relax, there's no hurry, really. I mean,
remember why you're there.
You're there to chill and enjoy.
Relax.
Learn, and I think that's, as we're getting older, we're learning that how to enjoy and not stress out and relax. So we're just trying to impart some of that valuable knowledge through our years to just relax and enjoy. All right, number 15. Our last don't of this segment is don't expect a ton of TV channels on your stateroom TV.
No, do not.
Not at all.
Not like the old days. The old days on cruise ships, you had a full bevy of television channels, top to bottom. Now it's mostly ship-oriented channels, shopping channels, and excursion channels.
You can turn on that one channel that tells you all about the boat, and you know exactly where you're going, how fast you're going, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not. There's not like they used to have HBO, and they don't have any of this. You can get movies for.
What do you mean? We're not going to be able to see Game of Thrones on the ship?
We're not.
We're
going to miss Game of Thrones that week while we're on the ship. So, but it's a good.
But
thing.
I'm not going to stress. Don't stress, Kimberly. You can see it when you get home.
I just don't want to hear what happens before we get a chance to get back and watch it. So anyway, that's it. Those are our 25 do's and our 15 don'ts.
According to Kimberly and Bradford.
Exactly. According to us, these are the things that we've learned. I'm sure there's
tons more.
There's tons more. Certainly leave a comment below if you have any other do's or don'ts that you guys would like to share. And
take the advice with a grain of salt. And if it helps you in any way, shape, or form, we've done our job. So, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications when we post new content. And give us a big thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. We'd appreciate it very much. That's right. I'm Kimberly. I'm Brad. And we are Midlife Crazy. Bye, guys. Bye.